Hello everyone! So this week, since I already posted a new change in the map video on Tuesday, and I also want to have a lighter week so I can try to work more on the North America video. Yes, I promise, I'm still working on it. I really want to get it done. But anyway, I want a quick, simple video this week. So today I'm actually going to tell a fun and true story about how I actually pulled off a coup, yes, as in a coup d'etat, in my high school. Well, the high school history club. But before I get into the story, let's talk about this video's sponsor, Ridge Wallet. I shill for this wallet because I actually like it. With its sleek design, I can fit all of my cards with the nice compact metal plates, which are so secure they can actually block those RFID signals that hackers try to use to get your card's information. Now with some more recent designs, there's even a strap to secure any loose cash on the back. I've enjoyed using Ridge for years now, and you can get in on the action yourself. It's much better than a normal leather wallet. Use the code EMPEROR with the link below to get 10% off of your own Ridge wallet today. You won't regret it. Seriously, I love these wallets. You all should know this by now. Thanks again to Ridge for sponsoring this video. So like most high schools in the United States, my high school had extracurricular activities after school, including several clubs. One of them was History Club, and as a freshman I excitedly joined, but unfortunately it wasn't what I thought it was. The only things that happened were talks about maybe doing one trip to a museum and then a once-a-year school lock-in. The lock-in was a fun pizza party overnight in the school where people brought their Nerf weapons and had fun and played games and stuff. It was actually really fun, but it only happened once a year. The museum trip also never happened. And that was it. There was really nothing else the club did. Most of the members were a part of the same graduating class, so it almost served more as chatting time for them than anything history related. The teacher hosting the club was nice, but all he did was work on papers in the room and didn't really contribute anything either. Sophomore year, I only participated in the lock-in, still wishing History Club would do more history things. But at the end of the year, there was an important meeting, so I went curiously to see what was up. At that meeting, I learned that the elected club president, vice president, and treasurer were all graduating seniors and would therefore no longer be there going forward. Similarly, the teacher hosting History Club was also retiring. Most of the other members of the club were also graduating that year. All in all, it would just be me and one other student who would still be left next year, and we would still have to find a new host teacher. I managed to convince a cool teacher named Mr. H to host the club starting next semester, but with the entire club government gone, and, well, most of the club itself gone, I decided over the summer to plan a complete change for the club. I wrote a club constitution, and more specifically wrote one that was basically rigged. It would make me the head student of the club until I graduated. At the time, I was really into 19th century German history, so younger me hilariously decided to name my position the Kaiser of History Club. Yes, I really did that. I abolished the vice presidency position and replaced it with club chancellor. Yes, I know. The club chancellor was a position with no power that I would appoint, but still technically second in charge. Actually, now that I think about it, that's basically the same thing. Finally, I just made the teacher the treasurer and didn't even bother replacing that position. But effectively, with this constitution, I was technically overthrowing a democratic election-based system with a pseudo-monarchical dictatorship-type thingy. The other remaining student in History Club, though, did not like my idea and took the whole idea of overthrowing democracy a little too seriously. So as soon as she realized on day one of my junior year what I was doing, she vowed to stop me. Luckily, my final class of the day was next to Mr. H's classroom, so I was able to beat her there quite easily, and I told the teacher the idea and that all he had to do was to sign the Constitution, to endorse it, and put it into effect. Mr. H basically said, "Lamau, that's hilarious," and signed it immediately. About a minute after that, the other student ran in, semi out of breath, going, "Mr. H, don't listen to him, don't sign it, he's trying to end the club's democracy." And then I told her it was too late and that I was already Club Kaiser. She was upset, but then I told her that I needed a chancellor, and the club was down to 2 members, so she would be chancellor by default if she wanted to be it, and she was fine with that, and thus my reign began. I reorganized the club to where weekly meetings would involve potential videos to watch, students could volunteer to lecture or teach something cool about history, and we even planned a trip to a history trivia contest and did okay. It was a weird format. Through advertising the club more openly, we managed to get the club up to 12 members at one point, which, while not huge, was technically a 600% increase. The Constitution had a specific system set in place where, upon the last club meeting before I graduated, I would appoint a successor. The Chancellor was graduating the same year, so I didn't choose her. I chose a member who always attended and enjoyed the club, and so she was made the next Kaiser, or rather Kaiserin, and she was more than happy to keep the system going. After I graduated, I was honestly really happy to have revived a history club from the brink of death, and that I had a legacy of overthrowing a school democratic system and actually adding an appointive monarchy as a joke, and that it would continue for a long, long time. Actually, not really. It turns out around 4 years after my graduation, the club ended up dying again. Sad, but oh well, the dumb joke still lasted longer than I thought it would. Anywho, hope you enjoyed the fun story. I'm Emperor Tigerstar, and I'll see you guys next time.